We take a look now at your starting lineup for our USAC Midget feature here at Winchester. Inside the front row, Bob Ciccone out of Prospect Park, Pennsylvania, and out of Wisconsin, Stan Fox alongside at number 9. In the second row, on the inside is Dan Dryden in a car that he built, number 33. Mike Stryker in a car that he designed and built outside at number 8. In the third row, on the inside, Doug Coletta in a Beast, number 22, alongside Don Schilling in a car that he built, number 21. In the fourth row, on the inside, is Ted Hines driving the Raleigh-Helming Diet Pepsi number 1 alongside Jim Keeker in number 6R. In the fifth row, Eric Gordon in number 6, Don Jones in 51. In row 6, Kenny Irwin in number 7, and Stevie Reeves with the camera in number 11 EC. Talked earlier about not having all the horsepower because of an engine problem. We'll keep an eye on number 11. In the seventh row, Bev Griffiths, the young lady in number 15, outside Tice Carlson in number 18. And then we have number 77, Rick Howerton, who was involved in that crash earlier in the sprint car, and Michael Lang in number 81. In the ninth row, on the inside, Jim Mahoney in number 20, alongside 7-time USAC Midget King Mel Kenyon. And in row 10, it'll be Tom Bigelow, a former midget and sprint car champion in 16. Brett Poole outside in number 9. Then it's Mike Mason in number 7. And Roy Carruthers in number 5. And finally in the last row, number 14, Harry McConnell. And outside, number 91, Andy Pierce. So 30 laps around a half mile, 34-degree banking, as Bob Ciccone picks up the throttle and gets a big jump as the green flag is out, but will it stay out?
Yeah, look at this.
Apparently so. He got a good jump.
Look at the chauffeur back in here. Look at all the cars up there. Look at everything Stevie Reeves is having to do here. Look at all the things he's got to think about. Where to go, who to try to pass, all those sparks flying in front of you. What's going on? Man, it's exciting when you're sitting in a seat like that.
Well, Mike Stryker in that car of his design made a bonsai run to the inside to get by Stan Fox. Fox drops to third. Bob Ciccone is out in front.
Stryker seems to be running very well. He's running around the bottom, and he's running pretty quick down there, but he can't make a move on Ciccone yet. Ciccone's running very fast, too.
I think we've seen more drivers use that low line here this evening than we've seen in the past.
Look at this. Look at Stryker running down the bottom, throwing those sparks. He's sliding right up in front of Ciccone. So, oh, we got a car.
Two cars up in the wall, and a car rolls over.
Oh,
he is
man.
We'll have a red flag. Mike Mason is going over.
Looks like...
We also see Roy Carruthers in number 5 and Don Schilling in number 21. Schilling was T-boned by Mike Mason, which is the car. You can see the belly pan, and Mason went for a wild ride in number 7.
Boy, all I saw out of the corner up at the top of the screen was 2 cars into the fence. Then all of a sudden, when they came off the fence and got down in front of everybody else, everything went crazy. Everybody started running into everybody.
We saw Mike Mason upside down before on Saturday Night Thunder, and again, we talk about the integrity of a race car, the integrity of the roll cage. He is on his side, but Don Schilling in number 21, that is a car that he built himself. Mason is in the Beast chassis, and Mason actually T-boned Schilling and went into a violent set of barrel rolls. Let's look at it again. Now, you look at the front of the pack. All right, a car is already in the wall. 2 cars are into the wall.
Oh, it looks like Schilling got upside down.
Schilling actually got upside down. Now, where is Mason? There is Mason right there. Now, watch Mason as he goes side for side about 5 times.
He had nowhere to go. Mason, he was just... Everything happened so fast at this racetrack. There's no reaction.
The 30-lap main event now complete as we go green, and Bob Ciccone will lead on the restart. Mike Stryker is second, and third is Stan Fox.
Looked like a very good start. It looks like Stryker got around him. Stryker made a move down low and just slid right up in front of him, going down the back straightaway. He looks to be very, very fast in that Hawk here tonight.
Well, I talked to his dad, Jim, earlier this evening. He's trying to make that car work successfully on both the paved tracks and the midget tracks, and so far he has. He's leading the point standing.
Danny Dryden in that number 33 car in 4th position, running very, very good tonight, too. That's the best we've seen that car handle. As Fox and that other white car slid right up in front of him right there. That's almost what happened a while ago when those 2 cars got together. The car on the low side slid right up in front of the other car and touched.
Of course, Dryden building a car of his own design. That's the Tucker Pontiac that powered that white number 33. That's the battle for the 3rd spot right now. A pair of white cars, the number 9 performance racing car of Stan Fox. The additional sponsorship of the Thoroughbred Steakhouse in Indianapolis.
We got some really, really fast cars. This is Ted Hines coming up on Dryden. That's Jeff Gordon's old car, the car that's owned by Raleigh Helming. Ted Hines first ride in this car, and he's giving it a good ride here right now.
That's the Diet Pepsi car. It's a Beast Pontiac, and that's probably the fastest car that he has ever been associated with.
Look at Stevie Reeves right around the top. Right,
they almost get together. That's Keeker.
That's Keeker. He's right behind. Reeves had a shot on him. I thought he was going to go by, but Keeker just slid right up in front of him.
That third car back there, as we go back to the in-car camera, looking ahead down the backstretch at Jim Keeker in the number 6 car into the banking, 34 degrees into turn 3. You say those sparks aren't disconcerting. I think it is.
Oh, it is disconcerting. I didn't mean it was disconcerting. I meant looking at the spark nut. But when you feel it in your rear end, when you hit that and the sparks fly, it definitely upsets the race car.
Here we're looking at Tice Carlson in the 18 car. He's passed, or an attempted pass, by the black number 7 of Kenny Irwin.
Look at Ciccone. He's going back in the front of this baby. The Hawk and Mike Stryker moved back to second. Fox in third position in that number 9 car. What a dogfight we've got up front.
In a block flag out for car number 6. That would be Eric Gordon. He was block flag. He will head for the pit area. So that Reader chassis with the Gurney power plant won earlier this season on ESPN, and right now Bob Ciccone's out front.
Ciccone's leading the race. Stryker's running second, but Fox in that number 9 car is really working hard on him. Dryden running him. Oh, look at Fox. He got a little loose, and Dryden went right on around him, and when he did, so did Ted Hines in that other car. Oh, no, Ted didn't make it. But look at Fox, the back end. He's got the tire hot now. Once the tire is hot, it's awfully hard to keep that race car straight.
I'm impressed with the ride of young Ted Hines. He is the defending Speedway Midget champion. And like I say, the most horsepower he's ever had to control. He's having a good ride out there.
At the end, oh, look out. Oh, that's close. You're not at the Speedway, Ted. You get, oh, Ted's in trouble. Look out, look out. Oh, man. Once you get...
You can see that coming as he came off the track. The red flag flies for the second time in this midget feature.
Wait, you make it just a little bit of a jerk in your wheel, and once the car gets out of control, once it starts to slide, you're along for the ride. There's nothing you can do. He got that thing a little loose. The back end got out just a little too far to where he couldn't control it, and from that point on, maybe there was nothing he could do but hang on and hope she stopped. I thought for a second it might stop.
Okay, let's watch again.
He was sideways. He just got down there, almost made it. Clear up on top of the hill without getting upside down. But as soon as the roll cage dug in, baby, she took off.
Well, once again, that's testing the integrity of another Beast chassis. Those Beast chassis have held up well, but I tell you, don't like to crash test them. 24-car starting field still intact, and they pick up the throttle, and here comes Bob Ciccone to lead them down for the restart. Bob Ciccone in car number 59, and he has right on his heels Mike Stryker in number 8.
That's right, he sure does. This has been a dandy race up to this point. The first 4 or 5 guys, oh, look out, look out.
Problem down the backstretch. Well, they make it by. Yes.
Oh, man.
The yellow flag is out. There's a car stalled in the backstretch, and you can see Bob Ciccone get his hand up to warn the others. Car 91, Andy Pierce, the youngster from Oklahoma, that is getting a real education out here. And Larry, you have to have laps in a race car, and that's what he's doing. He's learning this evening. Obviously, it opens his eyes when you come to a joint like this, but you have to get those laps.
I tell you what, until you actually run here, you don't get the feeling of what's going on. Somebody's got real low down there, real sideways. Another car went under him, got sideways. Everybody just kind of got all mixed up back there. Poor old Andy Pierce, another guy went up in front of him. He slammed on the brakes. And I think at that point he thought, man, after all that commotion up there, I better stop and have a rest, get my thoughts together.
Well, now here's Roy Carruthers. He stopped in car number 5. This could be a race of attrition right now.
Well, it's too bad, too, Gary, because we have had some awfully good racing up front. We just can't seem to run it long enough to get it going.
Well, now watch from inside car number 11. Now look at this. Oh, and he almost climbs over the left rear of Bev Griffiths. That was ever so close.
That was the problem. Bev Griffiths got out of the throttle, and all that scramble back there was trying to miss her. When you get out of the throttle here and do it that quickly, everybody has to go someplace, and there's just not very much room on this racetrack. I imagine Roy Carruthers might have got clipped by somebody or clipped somebody else and put him out of commission up there.
Well, Andy Pierce has been restarted, so he will take up his spot at the back. And look at the wind coming from the north. And the trees are blowing on the back stretch as the flag is blowing. Happy Father's Day, by the way.
For everybody.
2 hours early.
For everybody, that's right.
Oh. And, of course, we're not going to have many midgets left to go down to Salem tomorrow and race in the high banks in southern Indiana. We're going to try our darndest to restart this race and finish, so don't go away.
That's the reason he came out of the race.
Racing resumes in the half-mile high bank track in a battle for the lead. Look how low Mike Stryker goes, and he may have him. Mike Stryker takes the lead coming off the second corner.
Very, very close, but that was a great pass he just made. A great pass. Right under him, slid right up in front of him, classic style.
You know, it's not too many cars that are handling too well out there. I mean, normally a short wheelbase car will surge and squirm a bit, but I tell you, they're really shaky this evening.
Yeah, the first 4 or 5 cars going pretty good. Stan Fox seems to be having more trouble than a lot of them. He's really wiggling around a lot. Here went Reeves, right around him. Reeves in that 11 car just zipped right on by him, and Donnie Jones looks like he's going to try the same thing. And Donnie Jones, that 51 car, working real hard on Stan Fox right now. Stan is having a terrible problem of some kind. I don't know exactly what it is, but he usually runs much, much better with that race car. But the back end's just real, real loose. Here goes Donnie Jones right now. On high, down low. Nope, didn't quite make it.
Tries him again going into turn 1. Stan stays steady in the higher groove. Comes off that corner with that position. Now remember, they changed the rear end in that car. He missed the heat race, had to go through the semi, which he wants. The car may not be just real sharp.
Well, he said it wasn't exactly like he wanted it. It obviously isn't just exactly like he wants it because he's having trouble keeping it under control. The back end appears to be very, very loose for him. And when it's like that, you can't drive it. And here goes Ciccone again. Ciccone back around. Those guys have
Yellow flag, though. Yellow flag, though. So that will probably... Well, they'll have to go back a lap, and that would put Stryker back up in front as they were really going after each other. This has been an excellent race at the front of the pack.
A great race for those two guys, and I'll tell you exactly what's happening. I would imagine that Ciccone has a harder tire on than Stryker has on. It takes
in the back of your mind, hey, how fast can I motor into this corner?
Well, especially at a place like this, you know that any kind of moisture, anything that goes wrong out there is a big, big goop up, and you don't want it to happen. And they're gonna go for it, though. These guys are out here to win the race, especially these two guys up front. Look at Ciccone.
Well, Ciccone has been involved in just some excellent, excellent competition this season. And so the Hawk chassis out in front, the Reader chassis rides in the second position. But here comes Keeker in third.
Keeker's riding in fourth.
Look at Ciccone.
Boy, oh boy, these guys are putting on a show. There he goes. There he went, right around him. Oh, look at that. Keeker went right under Stryker, and they banged wheels a little bit, but they both kept their cars under control. They did a good job keeping those things under control after they touched.
And here comes Stryker again under Keeker going into 4.
Back and forth, dip and dive, slip and slide. What kind of race could you ask for? Oh, look at this. Stryker.
Oh, down contact, but he keeps it straight.
And here goes Keeker around both of them. Man, oh man.
So Keeker goes from third to first in 1 lap. Ciccone is second. Third now is Drynan.
Drynan's hanging right in there. He's running one heck of a race, and Stevie Ruiz has moved up into 4th. Stryker fell clear back to 5th in that little contact over there, but I don't blame him. I'd hold my breath and fall back a little bit, too.
Dave, your thoughts on this competition?
Just a quick update.
Oh, Ciccone's in trouble. Ciccone is in trouble. Hard to the wall. He rips out the front. Another car hard to the wall.
Three,
knocked down.
oh.
3 or 4 cars involved. That's Beth Griffiths in the black number 15 who also got involved. The red flag is out for the 3rd time in this feature.
Man, oh man, Ciccone got up over a wheel, and once he got over that wheel, everything just went crazy, and everybody was trying to get out of the way, but what a mess it turned out.
Ciccone is down there. You can see Ciccone's car with the front axle ripped away. They're trying to get with him right now. Look at the rain.
The in-car is upside down.
Now the in-car is upside down. The camera is still working. Now
they've just turned it. They've just turned it back over.
Side.
That's
now
fuel.
right
There's
side up.
fuel on the lens. That's the reason it doesn't look so clear. They've just turned it back over right side up. But that thing was clear upside down. It was him that flipped on past Ciccone.
Ciccone is okay. We're being told that apparently Bob Ciccone is okay here this evening because of the rain.
Yes, this was going to be a fantastic race. I tell you, that was one of the best midget races I've seen any time, any place in my career. Those guys, there were 6 of them, and they were really battling for the downs.
Unofficial results, they go back to the last completed lap. Jim Keeker, then Bob Ciccone, Dan Drynan, Stevie Reeves, and Mike Stryker. It's pretty tough to finish in the top 5 with a crash race car and go back there and have to put the car back together. Well, we take any cover we can. That's going to wrap it up for Dave Despain and Larry Rice. I'm Gary Lee. Thanks for joining us from Winchester Speedway. We'll see you next week from Indianapolis Raceway Park.